For centuries, history has been filled with myths, tales so unbelievable that they sound like fiction. Stories of lost cities, bizarre medical practices, and legendary heroes have often been dismissed as exaggerations or pure fantasy. But what if some of those myths weren't myths at all? What if the things we thought were made up actually happened? Today, we're uncovering 10 historical myths that turned out to be true, and some of them will make you question everything you thought you knew about history. From ancient cities rising from the sand to bizarre experiments that sound like science fiction, these stories prove that truth really is stranger than fiction. 1. The lost city of Troy was real. For centuries, the story of Troy, told in Homer's Iliad, was believed to be nothing more than an epic legend. A mythical city destroyed by war and deception, where heroes like Achilles and Hector fought to the death. But in the late 19th century, German archaeologist Heinrich Schliemann shocked the world when he discovered the ruins of an ancient city in modern-day Turkey. The site matched descriptions from Homer's poem, including layers of destruction consistent with warfare. While historians still debate how much of the Iliad is factual, one thing became clear: Troy was not a myth. It truly existed. 2. Vikings reached America before Columbus. For generations, we were taught that Christopher Columbus discovered America in 1492. But ancient Norse legends told another story, that Viking explorers led by Leif Erikson reached North America centuries earlier. Most dismissed it as Scandinavian folklore until archaeologists uncovered L'Anse aux Meadows in Newfoundland, Canada, in the 1960s. This site contained Norse-style buildings, tools, and iron nails, dating to around 1000 AD. The discovery proved that Vikings set foot in North America nearly 500 years before Columbus ever sailed west. 3. The Amazonian city of Z wasn't just a legend. Early explorers who ventured into the Amazon often spoke of a lost jungle civilization, a city of immense size and sophistication known as Z. Most scholars dismiss these stories as fantasy. After all, how could such a civilization exist in a dense rainforest? But recent satellite imaging and ground research have revealed something extraordinary: vast ancient urban networks beneath the Amazon canopy, complete with roads, canals, and geometric earthworks. These discoveries show that advanced civilizations thrived in the Amazon long before European contact. The myth of the City of Z wasn't so far-fetched after all. 4. The curse of Tutankhamun had real victims. When Howard Carter discovered the tomb of Pharaoh Tutankhamun in 1922, stories quickly spread that anyone who disturbed the boy king's resting place would be struck by a deadly curse. Many brushed it off as superstition until a series of strange deaths followed. Lord Carnarvon, the expedition's financier, died mysteriously after the tomb's opening. Others who entered also suffered sudden illnesses and accidents. While science later attributed most deaths to bacteria and fungi inside the tomb, the timing and mystery surrounding them gave the legend chilling credibility. The so-called Curse of the Pharaohs became one of history's most infamous and eerily true myths. 5. The Great Flood was based on real events. Flood myths appear in cultures all around the world, from Noah's Ark in the Bible to the Epic of Gilgamesh in Mesopotamia. For centuries, these tales were considered religious or symbolic. But geological evidence shows that around 7,600 years ago, a massive flood did occur when the Mediterranean Sea broke through into the Black Sea basin, submerging entire settlements. This cataclysmic event could easily have inspired flood legends across civilizations. In other words, the story of a great deluge wiping out humanity wasn't pure myth. It may have had real geological roots. 6. The mythical city of Heracleion was found underwater. Ancient Greek texts spoke of Heracleion, a great port city near Egypt where Heracles himself was once honored. But for centuries, no one could find it, leading scholars to dismiss it as legend. Then, in 2000, underwater archaeologists discovered the sunken ruins of Heracleion near the mouth of the Nile. The city had been lost for more than 1,200 years, submerged by earthquakes and rising seas. Artifacts, colossal statues, and temple remains revealed a once thriving hub of trade and religion. What was once thought a fable was now a real city lying beneath the waves. 7. The cannibal tribe legends were true. European explorers in the 16th and 17th centuries often told terrifying stories of cannibal tribes in remote regions like the South Pacific and the Amazon. For a long time, many historians dismissed these tales as racist propaganda or colonial exaggeration. but modern anthropological and archaeological studies confirm that ritual cannibalism did exist in some cultures, often for spiritual or warfare-related reasons. Tribes such as the Korowai of Papua and some groups in Fiji practiced forms of ritual cannibalism well into modern times. While shocking, it turned out the early explorers weren't entirely fabricating. Their tales had gruesome truths behind them. 8. The Knights Templar's hidden treasure may exist. The Knights Templar have long been surrounded by myths, secret rituals, buried treasures, and connections to the Holy Grail. Many historians dismiss these as medieval conspiracy theories. Yet over time, archaeological evidence and old manuscripts have hinted at the Templars concealing immense wealth and religious relics before their sudden downfall in the 1300s. In 2018, researchers even uncovered underground tunnels and hidden chambers in old Templar strongholds in Israel and France, supporting the idea that they hid treasures before the order was destroyed. While the exact treasure hasn't been found, the growing evidence suggests this myth may be rooted in truth. 9. The Trojan horse could have been real, just not a horse. The tale of the Trojan horse, a giant wooden horse hiding Greek soldiers, has long been seen as pure myth. It's an epic story, but how could such a huge structure have existed? However, historians now believe the horse might have been a metaphor for a siege engine or battering ram, often decorated with animal motifs. Archaeological findings in Troy show large-scale destruction consistent with an invasion involving heavy war machines. So while it may not have been a literal horse, the concept of deception through a hidden attack was likely true. The myth, it turns out, may have simply been poetic symbolism for a very real military tactic. 10. The Amazons were based on real warrior women. Ancient Greeks told stories of the Amazons, fierce, independent women who fought as equals to men. Historians long believed they were fictional, symbols of female rebellion or fantasy. But archaeological discoveries in modern-day Ukraine, Russia, and Kazakhstan have revealed graves of female warriors buried with weapons, armor, and even battle injuries, part of the nomadic Scythian tribes. DNA testing confirmed that many of these skeletons were indeed women who lived as trained fighters. So while they may not have lived exactly like in Greek legends, the Amazons were real warrior women who roamed the steppes and fought fearlessly. Conclusion: history has a way of surprising us. For every myth we dismiss, there's a chance a fragment of truth lies buried beneath the sand, the sea, or centuries of disbelief. These 10 stories remind us that the line between legend and reality is often thinner than we think. What other myths might one day be proven true? If you enjoyed uncovering the hidden truths behind history's greatest legends, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, because the next story might just rewrite everything you thought you knew about the past.